Ernest as the dear Duchess of Bolton has. We work together, in fact. However, I am quite ready to enter your name, should your answers be what a really affectionate mother requires. Do you smoke?
Well, yes, I must admit I smoke.
I'm glad to hear it. A man should always have an occupation of some kind. There are far too many idle men in London as it is. How old are you?
29.
A very good age to be married at. I've always been of opinion that a man who desires to be married should either know everything or nothing. Which do you know?
I know nothing, Lady Bracknell.
I am pleased to hear it. I do not approve of anything that tampers with natural ignorance. Ignorance is like a delicate exotic fruit. Touch it and the bloom is gone. The whole modern theory of education is radically unsound. Fortunately, in England at any rate, education produces no effect whatsoever. If it did, it would prove a serious danger to the upper classes and probably to acts of violence in Grosvenor Square. What is your income?
Between 7,000 and 8,000 a year.
In land or investments?
In investments, chiefly.
That is satisfactory. What between the duties expected of one during one's lifetime and the duties exacted from one after one's death, land has ceased to be either a profit or a pleasure. It gives one position but prevents one from keeping it up. That's all that can be said about land.
I have a country house with some land, of course, attached to it. About 1,500 acres, I believe, but I don't depend on that for my real income. In fact, as far as I can make out, the poachers are the only people who make anything out of it.
A country house? How many bedrooms? Well, that point can be cleared up afterwards. You do have a townhouse, I hope. A girl of simple and unspoiled nature like Gwendolyn could hardly be expected to reside in the country.
I own a house in Belgrave Square, but it is let by the year to Lady Bloxham. I can get it back whenever I like, of course, at 6 months' notice.
Lady Bloxham? I don't know her.
She goes about very little. She is a lady considerably advanced in years.
Ah, nowadays that is no guarantee of respectability of character. What number in Belgrave Square?
149.
Ah, the unfashionable side. I thought that there was something. However, that can easily be altered.
Do you mean the fashion? Or the side?
Well, both if necessary. What are your polities?
Well, I'm afraid I really have none. I'm a liberal unionist.
Oh, they count as toys. They dine with us, or come by in the evening at any rate. And now on to minor matters, Mr. Worthing. Are your parents living?
I have lost both my parents.
To lose one parent, Mr. Worthing, may be regarded as a misfortune. To lose both looks like carelessness. Who was your father? He was evidently a man of some wealth. Was he born in what the radical papers call the purple of commerce? Or did he rise from the ranks of aristocracy?
Well, I'm afraid I really don't know. The fact is, Lady Bracknell, I say that I have lost both my parents. The truth is that they seem to have lost me. I don't actually know who I am by birth. I was found.
Found?
Yes, old Mr. Thomas Cardew, an elderly gentleman of charitable and kindly disposition, found me and gave me the name of Worthing because he happened to have a first-class ticket to Worthing in his pocket at the time. Worthing is a place in Sussex. It is a seaside resort.
Where did this charitable gentleman who had a first-class ticket to the seaside resort find you?
In a handbag.
A handbag?
Yes, Lady Bracknell, I was in a handbag, a somewhat large black leather handbag with handles to it. An ordinary handbag, in fact.
In what locality did this Mr. James or Thomas Cardew find this black ordinary handbag?
The cloakroom at Victoria Station. It was given to him in mistake for his own.
The cloakroom at Victoria Station?
Yes, the Brighton line.
The line is immaterial, Mr. Worthing. I confess, I feel somewhat bewildered by what you have just told me. To be born, or at any rate bred in a handbag, seems to me to show contempt for the ordinary decencies of family life. and reminds one of the worst excesses of the French Revolution. And I presume you know what that unfortunate movement led to. And as for the particular locality in which the handbag was found, a cloakroom at a railway station might serve to conceal some social indiscretion, but it could hardly be regarded as an assured basis for a good position in society.
Well, I don't see what you would have me do. I need hardly say that I would do anything in the world to ensure Gwendolyn's happiness.
I would strongly advise you to acquire some relations as soon as possible. To find one parent of either sex before the season is quite over.
I don't see how I can possibly manage to do that. I could produce the handbag at any moment. It is in my dressing room at home. I surely think that should satisfy you, Lady Bracknell.
Me, sir? What has it to do with me? You can hardly imagine that Lord Bracknell and I would dream of allowing Gwendolyn, our only daughter, a girl brought up with the utmost care, to marry